Hey there, hello, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcoming you back to Stone Cold Hockey. We're doing the New York Rangers, and we are at video number 25. Because at 3 games per video. Rangers are in Calgary. Have 16 ties. Unbelievable. The Rangers start Mike Richter in net. Calgary starts Mike Fernan, so basically best on best. Mike Richter in net for, well, you got Healy. Calgary's got Fernan, Trevor Kidd, Andre Trevelov, Jeff Reese, and Jason Lasati. Anyway, some big news for the Rangers, as you can see their line. They have Adam Graves, Mark Messier, Brian Leach, Alex Kovalev, Esa Tikkanen, Sergei Machino, Steve Larmer, Tony Amonte, Sergei Subov, Jeff Bukaboom, Kevin Lowe, Greg Gilbert, Mike Hudson, Stefan Matteau, Glenn Anderson, Brian Noonan, Craig McTavish, Alex Karpetsov, Nick Kibriels, Edos, Chuck J. Wells, and Joey Kosher. Be thinking, hang on a minute, those names sound different. Yes, well, this is in the midst of the Rangers making the big trades and getting Matteau, Anderson, Noonan, and McTavish. McTavish from Edmonton for prospect Doug Waite, Stefan Matteau and Brian Noonan from Chicago for the one of Tony Amonte, and Mike Garner to Toronto for Glenn Anderson. Calgary has Gary Roberts, Robert Reichel, Theo Fleury, Joe Noonan, Al McInnes, Kitchener, German Titoff, Wes Walls, Joe Otto, Paul Ranheim, Ron Stern, Kelly Kissio for Rangers captain, Trent Yawning, Sandy McCarthy, Gary Sutter, Paul Krause, Sarli Zalewski says it, Michel Petit, Michael Nylander, Mike Sullivan, Dan Kazmar, Chris Dahlquist, Fredericks Musil, and Brad Schlegel. So the Rangers have some new players in time Calgary. Aggression. The Rangers get penalized. And Craig McTavish, welcome to the Rangers. You're out for 2 minutes. Flames. Chance for McGinnis. Boom, slap shot, nothing. And the Rangers kill it off. 4 minutes later. Chance for the Rangers. Nemchinov. Ah. He missed. 4 minutes later. Calgary score. Nieuwendyk is 28 from Yanni and Kasmer. Surprised that Dan Kasmer has 19 assists. 1-0 Calgary. At the end of the period, both teams deliver a hit, but the Rangers, with their 4 new players, are down 1-0. Yeah, it's hard to replace Mike Garner, who was your third best goal scorer, or was second? I can't remember. Anyway, 2 minutes later. Calgary chance Ranheim? No. A few more minutes passed. Calgary chance? Nieuwendyk got hit hard. He's the goal scorer. Chance for the Rangers. Score! Leachy! Brian Leach his 24th from Kovalev and Graves. So the Rangers have tied her up. 5 minutes later. Both teams deliver a hit. 5 minutes later. Enforcer. There's a fight. As Kipriels and McCarthy, both heavyweights, are going toe-to-toe. No major change from either side. There's an extra penalty or something? Roberts have a chance. Off of that, Roberts had a chance. Later on, Rangers chance score! Anderson, his 20th of the year, his first as a Ranger. Welcome to the Rangers from Tony Amonte. I think Amonte was traded, wasn't he? Yeah, I think Amonte, this will be his last game, but yeah, Glenn Anderson scored. It's 2-1 Rangers. Rangers deliver a couple hits, and Esa Tikkanen had a chance at a goal, but couldn't do it. And the Rangers are up 2-1, headed to period 3, as Leach and Anderson have scored. Anderson his first goal and point as a Ranger. Early in the period, Calgary on the PK. It's Roberts for 2 minutes. Can the Rangers capitalize? Leach, no. He tried for a second of the night. There's a score! Pop, power play goal. Adam Graves, he's got 40 now. Lordy, he's got 40. Messier with his 57th assist, and the Rangers are up 3-1. 5 minutes later, action by Calgary. McCarthy, no. Couldn't shoot. 5 minutes later. Calgary with a chance. Score! Robert Reichel, Lordy, he's got 40. From McInnes. Kitchener. 3-2. A few minutes later, there's a fight. And Cuprios decides to fight again. He gets Paul Krause out of the game, in a sense. Empty net chance for Calgary. The net's empty. And they can't do it, and the Rangers escape Calgary by the skin of their teeth. A 3-2 win. Great win for the Rangers. As Richter took care of Ferdinand, Newendijk did score first at the 14-minute mark of the first period, but the Rangers got 2 goals in the second. Brian Leach's 24th, Glenn Anderson his 20th. Well, it's 9. He had 19 with the Leafs and 1 with the Rangers, so he's got to 20. Adam Graves his 40th goal made it 3-1. Reichel his goal made it 3-2. Fortunately, though, the Rangers got ahead of themselves. So yeah, the trade deadline came and went. The Cupcakes beat Tampa 8-4 as Tom Draper, not Don Draper, Tom Draper, and that against Pat Jablonski wins it 8-4. It was actually close. Tampa had goals by Brian Bradley, Kitchener, well, 2 of them. Islanders goals by Yui Krupp, Pierre Turgeon, and Rich Pilon. Pilon scored, wow. Tampa made it 3-3 on a goal by Chris Joseph. Not Curtis, Chris. Pierre Turgeon scored to make it 4-3 Islanders, but McDougall tied it at 4, and then the Islanders scored 4 goals in the second half of the third period. Pierre Turgeon, Steve Thomas, Travis Green, and Marty McGuinness. I think that's 8 different goal scorers. Pittsburgh won 5-2 as Barrasso took care of Jimmy Waite. San Jose goes by Sandy Sonos and Jeff Odgers. Greg Jennings, Doug Brown, Joe Mullen. Mullen with a hat trick. He's almost at 50 now. Okay, Boston. The Flyers went to St. Louis, tied Freddie Chabot, tied Jim Harnavac. Both teams didn't really think they're good goalies. Philly had a 3-1 lead on goals by Gary Galley, Josef Baranek, and Brett Fedek. But Blues goals by Karl Manoff, Shanny, and Shanny tied it up 3. And the Capitals lost 5-2 to Hartford. Peter Angelo beats Don Beaupre. It was 1-0 Washington through 2 periods on a goal by Kelly Johansson. Washington was up 2-0 on a goal by Bondra. But then Jocelyn Lemieux scored twice, Patrick Leak scored twice, and Castle scored. So Hartford wins this game. Second part of the road trip, off to Edmonton. Richter versus Bill Ranford. Like the goalies, Bradford and Cowley are the goalies for Edmonton. Wayne Cowley, he came from out of nowhere. Yeah, but Monte should be scratched though. Because technically he went in the trade to Chicago, didn't he? Anyway, Edmonton had Jason Arnott, Shane Corson, Doug Waite, Sedano Seeger, Scott Pearson, Stephen Rice, Kitchener, Brett Grieve, Igor Kravchuk, Kirk Maltby, Bob Beers, Freddie Olison, Ilya Byakin, Dean McCammond, Mike Stapleton, Vladdy Fuchek, Scott Forden, Louis DeBrusque, Kelly Bookbooker, Adam Bennett, Sean Bodine, Peter White, and Luke Richardson. So let's see what the Rangers do this time. Early on, pair of hits. Edmonton is 17 games below 500, by the way. A few minutes later, the Rangers will go on the PK, and it's Book-a-Boom for 2 minutes. Edmonton with a chance for the first goal. Byakin, no. And Doug Wade had a chance to score on his former team. Well, he was a prospect of the Rangers. 5 minutes later, the Rangers will go on the PK. Again, it's Jay Wells, the man from Paris, Ontario. Edmonton, chance Corson, no. Segment killed. Rangers got lucky. 4 minutes later. Chance for Edmonton. Mike Stapleton with a hit. And nothing doing through the first period as the Rangers were badly outplayed. They didn't really have much of a chance against the Oil Drop. Anyway, second period starts off with a penalty on Kovalev. Kind of ruined Edmonton's defense and all that, which is good in a sense. But that's not good. Byakin is 11th goal on the power play from Olison and Kravchuk. I didn't know Freddie Olison was an Oiler. I know he was a Jet. But Kravchuk, yeah. I think Kravchuk also was in that crash. Locomotive crash. Yes, he was. 1-0 Edmonton. 5 minutes later. A chance for the Rangers score! Matteau, Stefan Matteau. And he scores his first point as a Ranger, baby. from Graves. So Graves passing the puck, and Mattel swoops it in. And 1-1 Rangers. Tied it up. 4 minutes later, there's a fight. And Kiprios decides to fight Louis DeBrusque. Kiprios is really a big fighter. After the fight, aggression. Edmonton. And it's a 5-minute major. Corson's going off, so the Rangers have a chance to score as many goals as they can. And they do this one. Graves, his 41st of the year from Kovalev. So Graves just makes it 2-1. His 41st. Pow, power play goal. Now, it's a 5-minute penalty, so they can do what? How many shots? Book-a-boom tried? No. Rangers score! Power play goal with 29 seconds left. Kovalev, his 20th. He's got to the 20 mark from Messier and Keepkinen. So the Rangers, two former Oilers with the assists, as the Rangers now have a 3-1 lead headed into the third period. They still have 2 chances at power play. Kovalev trying for a second goal, no. And Larmer couldn't do anything about it. I originally thought that Steve Larmer was traded, but no, Larmer was with Chicago at the start, had a contract dispute, and then was traded in that 3-team trade with Hartford and the Rangers. Anyway, regardless, 5 minutes later, a battle, and Edmonton will go to the box. It's Sean Podine for 2 minutes. Rangers another chance. Anderson? No, couldn't do it to his former team. Shot score! Pop, power play goal. Nick Kiprios? Are you kidding me? He got in a fight and he scores a goal. Assist by Leach and Subov, but that's not the point. Nick Kiprios scored in the power play. Oh boy. When Nick Kiprios scores, you know you're got trouble. 3 minutes later. Edmonton with a chance. Beers? No. Bob Beers. Late in the game. Edmonton, Bob Beers again? No. Last chance. And Edmonton, Bookberger got mad. Another 5-minute major, but fortunately for him, the Rangers can't have time for the power play. The Rangers win 4-1. They sweep the 2 Alberta-bound teams, so the Rangers do their job. Boy, Edmonton really got... Right. And that was a charging call right at the end by Bookberger. Of course, they got a 5-minute major for boarding, which the Rangers converted to 2 power play goals on that one. Edmonton scored first, Biatkin, in the second period, but then the Rangers took control. Matteau, Graves, Kovalev, and Kiprios with the goals. So the Rangers are up 4-1. The Leafs got crushed by Florida. Potsdam losing to John Van Beesbrook 6-2. Anderchuk and Gilmore with goals. Florida goes Lomakin, Bill Lindsay, Bob Kudelski, Jody Hall, Scott Mellenby, and Brian Skrudland. Montreal won 5-1 in Winnipeg, so yeah, Detroit 9-2 over Ottawa. Wait. Off day for the Rangers because they played back-to-back days. Ottawa played the day. And Montreal went into Chicago and beat the Blackhawks 4-2. Big win. The Devil Dogs beat the Lightning. Puba losing to Chris Terreri. Despite goals by Danny Savard and Chris Gradden. Devils goals by Corey Millen, Stefan Richer. Richer getting his 20th, and Stella Pukin. Florida and Philly tied 3-3 as Russell and Fitzpatrick tied. Florida goes by Rob Niedermeyer, Tom Fitzgerald, and Jody Hall. Philly goes by Rod Brandamore, Mark Recchi, and Rod Brandamore. Pittsburgh crushed Ottawa 8-2 as Darren Madley couldn't do it. Reggett with the win. Ottawa was at 2-0 on goals by Dan Quinn and Alex Daig. Amazingly. But Pittsburgh tied it up, Mullen and Talkin in the second, but then 6 goals in the third period. Patterson, McCackrin, Yager, Brown, Stevens. Ottawa proving why they're the worst team in the NHL. The Leafs crushed San Jose 7-1. Potvin beat Urbe. Only San Jose goal was Gaetan Duchesne. Toronto goes by John Colin, Bob Rouse, Mike Gardner, Jamie McCowan, Wendell Clark, and then Gardner with 2 goals to finish his hat trick. So Gardner's got a hat trick. He had 32 with the Leafs. The Rangers. The Rangers are in Vancouver to finish their Western road trip. And they'll rest Richter. It's Healy versus Kirk McLean. Well, it's either him or Kate Whitmore. So the Rangers go with Glenn Healy. Here's who the Devils have. I mean, the Canucks have Paolo Bure, Trevor Linden, Jeff Courtnall, Cliff Ronning, Gino Ojic, Murray Craven, Sergio Modesto, Yerky Lumi, Greg Adams, Martin Gelina, Jimmy Carson, Jose Charbonneau, Dana Merson, Barry Slager, Dane Jackson, Dave Babbage, John McIntyre, Tim Hunter, Dan Kessa, Robert Dirk, Gerald Diddick, Adrian Plastic, Jeff Brown, and Evgeny Nemestikov. There was a name named Nemestikov before Flatty. Alright, anyway. 3 minutes into the game. Canucks, Pavel Bure. Nope, he couldn't score. 3 more minutes pass. And Jeff Courtnall couldn't do it. Battle, and the Canucks hit, but unfortunately that's a bad hit by Linden. That's 2 minutes in the box. Rangers with a chance. Oh, another penalty. Ojic on the PK. He gets a penalty. Off of Tikkanen. Score! Power play goal. Gravesy, his 42nd of the year. And I think that's his 3rd straight game of a goal on the trip. Subot for the assist. Now a chance to make it 2. Larmer? No. Couldn't. 3 minutes later. Vancouver repaired hits. Fortunately, nothing else happened for the Rangers, and the Rangers have a 1-0 lead after 1 period to trying to sweep this Western Canada road trip. Anyway, 5 minutes later, the Rangers, oh, they're on the penalty. It will be Kosar for 2 minutes. Joey Kosar is still on that team. Power play for Linden? No. As for the Canucks, got it. Jeff Brown, his 14th of the year from Linden and Lume. So the Canucks have just tied her up. 6 minutes later, Rangers are going to the PK. Kipios with the hit, but it's also 2 minutes. Next with a chance. Score! Linden, his 31st from Ronning. So big goal by the Canucks. They're up 2-1. Rangers trying to counter. They do in a sense. It forces Gino Ojic to go to the box again for 2 minutes. Can the Rangers capitalize? McTavish? No. Shot by McTavish. McTavish. And the Rangers are going to go into the second period down 2-1. Big goals by Jeff Brown and Trevor Linden doing their jobs. On to the third. 3 minutes later. Rangers PK time. It's Kovalev in the box for 2 minutes. Canucks, Ojic? No. Segment killed. 5 minutes later. Rangers with a chance. Noonan? 2 minutes later. Rangers try to score! Kovalev, his 21st from Larmer. And the Rangers have it 2-2. Battle. Canucks on the score! Jeff Brown is 2nd of the night from Jimmy Carson. Looks bad for the Rangers. Give up a goal with 2 minutes left. Empty net. That'll do it. Trevor Linden scores on the empty net, his 2nd of the night, and the Rangers won't sweep the Western Canada road trip. They'll go 2 out of 3. Sometimes that's good, but sometimes it's bad. So Diddick and Courtnall with the assists. Brian Noonan goes to the box. This game is pretty much over. And it is over. The Rangers tied it at 2 on a goal by Kovalev. He looked good, but the Canucks scored 2 goals. Poor Glenn Healy. I feel bad for him. But, the Rangers, they still have some games left. Graves, his 42nd. Kovalev, his 21st. Canuck goals by Jeff Brown, Trevor Linden, Jeff Brown, Trevor Linden. So 2 goals from those 2 guys. That's all to play of the day. That's all to play this Friday. The Capitals went to Detroit and won in overtime. Taparachi beats Oddsgood. Detroit was up 2-0 in goals by Steve Yzerman and John Burr, but Washington tied it up with Conor Walchuk and Juno goals, and then Bondra has 30th to win in overtime. That's it. That's it for the key games. Rangers are off today on the 26th. Montreal loses in Boston, so Boston kind of does them a favor. Pittsburgh loses in Calgary. Reggett loses to Mike Vernon. Pittsburgh goes by Martin Straka and Thomas Sundstrom. Calgary goes by Wes Walz. Yeah, doing the waltz. Joe Newendike, Robert Reichel, Frank Music, and Sergei Sulewski said it. The Flyers, seriously, the Flyers face the Devil Dogs. Brodeur beats Soderstrom 5-4. Devil goes by Scott Stevens, Kitchener, Stefan Richer, Bob Carpenter, Bill Guerin, and Johnny McLean. Philly goes by Michael Renberg, Rod Brandamore, Mark Recchi, and Eric Lindros. The Cupcakes beat Florida 3-0 shutout by Hextall. Big win over Van Beesbrook. Benoit Hogue with a pair of goals. And Yuri Krupp his 7th. And the Leafs losing to Quebec 5-4. Unbelievable. Damian Rhodes in net, but losing to Garth Snow. Can't do that. Quebec goals by Mike Ricci, Craig Llewellyn, Mike Ricci, Matt Sundin, and Joe Sakic. Leaf goals. Mike Gardner scoring again. Bob Rouse, Mike Gardner, and Doug Gilmour. So Gardner has a pair of goals. So he is goal scoring. But for the wrong team. Rangers have a big game in Winnipeg. Oh, they are playing all 4 Western teams. Anyway, Rangers are running away with the division. They're 19 points up on the Devils. How many games? Well, we'll deal with that later. So 5 teams from the Atlantic, 3 from the Northeast went to the Eastern playoffs. Western are 4-4, Central and Pacific. Pavel Bure has 72 goals, but none against the Rangers. Wendell Clark second with 56. Fedorov with 53. Roenick and Mullen hit the 50 mark. Maldano's close to 50. He's at 49. Sanderson at 48. Rangers' top guy is Adam Graves. He has 42. He's 16th. Gardner moving on to Toronto. He's 26 on the list now. Assist-wise, Gretzky with 96, far ahead of Gilmour and Yager. So Gretzky looking pretty good, passing the biscuit. Zubov's 9th with 64 assists, just one short of Paul Coffey. Messier's 12th in assists. So that's good. Points-wise, Gretzky and Bure are actually tied at 122. Yager with 112. Gilmour 109, Roenick 103, Recchi 102. Fedorov is 1 point short of 100. Oates is 2 off. Mullen's only 4 off. Top Ranger is Messier, 24th with 80 points. Goals against wise, Hasek, number 1 with a 215. Patrick Roy 2nd, Chris Terray 3rd. Richter is 4th at 239. He jumps up to 4th. Healy's still 8th. He's behind Wakalek, Van Beesbrook, and Pupa, despite the fact that Pupa is below 500. That's kind of weird. Mark Fitzpatrick's on the list, even though he's below 500 as well. Anyway, standings-wise, the Rangers have played 75 games. 9 games left. This is an 84-game schedule. So, yeah, they won the division. The Rangers won the division because the Devils are 19 back with 9 to play. Yeah, 19 back with 9 to play. That's 18. So the Devils could only get 18 points. And so the Rangers actually are the division champions. Unbelievable. So, yeah, the Rangers did it. They're the division champs. Seeding-wise, well, they're tied with Montreal with 99 points, but the Rangers are second based on the fact they won the division. They're leading the division too. Pittsburgh, they do have a game in hand on Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's 4 points up. Yeah, Pittsburgh, I think, I think they fumbled, and the Rangers fumbled too, same time. Anyway, Tampa is the 8th seed. They're 5 up on Boston, 6 up on the Islanders. So Tampa would play Pittsburgh, Florida. The Panthers would play the Rangers. Washington would play Montreal, and New Jersey and Buffalo would go toe-to-toe. In the West, Toronto, the 1 seed, by 13 points. LA leads St. Louis by 6 and San Jose by 8 for that 8th seed. LA would go to Toronto in a rematch of the 93 playoffs. Vancouver would go to Calgary. Chicago would go to Detroit, and Anaheim would go to Dallas. Highlights in your hairdo, best wins and worst defeats. The Rangers haven't handed a team a terrible defeat. Anyway, lots of hat tricks. Around 77 hat tricks. Gardner is the last one to do it. Memorable games: Montreal, Quebec, Hartford, Dallas, and Ottawa, Dallas are 1, 2, 3. Buffalo, Detroit 6-5. But anyway, yeah. Rangers, the only one on there was against Washington, 27 points. They've come back from 2 and 4 lead changes. Anyway, yeah. Let's look at the teams and the Rangers. Right now, 46, 22, and 7. They would need to go 6, 2, and 1 to actually tie their counterparts right on the nose. So, of course, Mike Richter, 29, 12, and 7. Healy, 17, 7, and 3. So the Rangers have 9 more games left. Messier leads the points race with 80. Subban, 74. Leach and Larmer tied at 64. Gardner had 62 before, being dispersed. Goals-wise, Graves has 42. Gardner was second on the Rangers with 32. He's off the list. Leach is now second at 24. Messier with 22. So Graves is basically lifting it. Atto and Anderson have 1 goal each. The team says Subban 64, Messier 58, Larmer 42. For assists, Gardner was 5th. Gardner's got 30 assists. Penalty minutes, Bukabu 165, Kovalev 2nd, Kosher 3rd. Kiprils is creeping up on that, but Kovalev 2nd. I just can't believe it. 117 penalty minutes for this guy. Unbelievable. So yeah, lots of fun and all that for the Rangers. Hopefully they'll do better next time. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do